Today and tomorrow, you're going to be working on an assignment that has a dual purpose. One, to help you be fluent and good with using BoardBuilder, and two, to help you learn more about relationships within ecosystems. It will allow you to research on things that are interesting to you, not focused on one simple ecosystem, and it will also allow you to master the skills of BoardBuilder. So you can find your assignment on Edmodo. And I want you to look over that rubric because it talks about many different things. And because we're going to be using 2 class periods for this, it's worth 22 points, not just 10. So notice that. Make sure you come up with a creative title for your board that indicates what the information is about. 5 different examples of different kinds of relationships. Okay, predator and prey is one relationship. Producer, consumer, and decomposer is one relationship. Parasitism is one relationship. Symbiotic mutualism is one. Commensalism is one. If you know of another type of relationship that you took notes about yesterday that you want to include, that is fine as well. Notice the big one worth 15 points. Each of these 5 different types of relationships should have a label of the type of the relationship and the name of the organism involved. There should be a visual, and there should be a short description of the relationship. I'm not more specific than that because within presenting all of those things, I want you to use a variety of techniques that you can utilize on BoardBuilder. First and foremost, you should go to your tech book because when you go to Science Tech Book and you find your unit that you're within, you can really just save yourself a lot of time by finding resources that you like that relate to what you're talking about. So that I don't give away answers for you, I didn't go to relationships among organisms. I went to habitats and niches. You're going to want to go to relationships among organisms. But I'm going to do a sample board over habitats and niches. If I find something in here that I believe would be helpful on my board, for example, to learn about the spadefoot toad's unique niche in the desert habitat, I can just simply click this plus sign, add to Quicklist. All right. It's on my quick list. That's all I really have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go through things that I believe would be great to have on my board. And if I like them, I'm going to add them to my quick list. So as cool as the carbon cycle is, it's not what I want to focus on when I'm talking about my habitats and my niches. So, however, living the high life is. So I'm going to add that one in. Now, I've seen these resources before, so you might want to take some time to make sure that the resources you add are actually going to be helpful to you, because your board is supposed to teach about your subject, okay? So you are teaching about relationships through your board. So make sure that you find resources that are going to help you go about doing that. And once you've added in what you want to add into your quick list, it's really great because you can go ahead and go to BoardBuilder. Now, many of you have used this before. Most of you have used this before, so that is wonderful. I don't care if you choose a theme or if you want to start with a blank template. That's really up to you. I'm going to go ahead and just choose a theme because I think it's easier. Now, you have to create a title right away. If you're not feeling I'm creative yet, then don't worry about typing your creative one yet, because you can always change it. So I've titled, "What's your role?" And then the description, I can say, niches among organisms within habitats and ecosystems. Okay, it gives people an idea of what they're going to be seeing. I can press continue. For me, I'm going to save it and it'll go right in 6th grade. Okay. All right. Now, notice my title didn't go in there, so I can come right here and make my headline text right away. And if you don't like this header, can you change it? You most certainly can. So those are some things I'm going to show you today. First, if you go here where it says themes, you can easily change between the different theme options that they had and choose the one that you like best. You can even say none and start from scratch. As I look through it, of course, I ended up being like, ooh, this scientific method one is really cool. And so that's where I can go ahead and put my title that I wanted to put in there. All right, and then if you look over here, you can see that you can make your title bigger. You can make it smaller, you can change your background to whatever you want. So there's a lot of options that you can do with your title so that it can look exactly how you want. Okay, so don't feel like you are stuck with one simple title. Use what you like, and then you're good to go. Once you click on it again as well, you can also, of course, revise the size so your test tube goes all the way across. That's up to you. All right, now the great things are right here we know we can come and we can add videos or audios or context. We can drag items from my quick list. That's like the easiest role. You can enter text. So these are kind of options that are wonderful. So if you come over here to your quick, if you click on it, it will come right up with what you're looking for. So if you wanted to start with a reading, you can just say living the high life, and you can drag living the high life on up to exactly where you want it, and ta-da, it'll pop in. So that's a really cool feature that you are able to go ahead and do with Quicklist, and it just really makes things super fast. So that's one way to add items, but now you know. Okay. Then you can come over here and you can type text about what they're going to read there, what relationships you want to identify. Don't just put in a resource and not say anything, because you won't receive any points for that resource. You've got to identify what relationships it's representing, what organisms are involved in that relationship, and describe the relationship in short words. Now you can do that through a caption or through a text box. Now the text box is great, but the caption is also really helpful. So you can edit your media and just add a caption. So you can insert your caption here and say focus on the niche of parrots within a rainforest. Now, because that's not enough information, then I could come over here and add text about the niche of parrots within a rainforest. Did you know? ... Okay, I'm not going to waste your time with that. But that's very simple. So you can drag and drop something from your quick list, and you can add a caption. Great. Okay, that's one of the things I want you to be able to do. Add things from Discovery Ed. You can do pictures, readings, and videos. But I also want you to be able to add things that you've created, because this may come in handy to you when you're working on your project for Mrs. Bradley. So if you wanted to add a file that you've created on your own on a different resource, it says add a photo, video, or audio there. So you could do this, and you would say upload. I just want to show you, when you upload a photo, video, or audio, you're limited to the types of videos, images, and audio you're allowed to upload. JPEG is on there, so that's an option. So that's one way to go about it. Another way is you can upload 5 of your own files. If you go to upload there, you have lots of file types, including Word, Pages, gallery, PDF. All of the common types of files are allowed at this point. So let's say that you had created a drawing in Google that you wanted to include. All right, so what you would have to do is you would say File, Download As, and you could download it as a PDF document or a JPEG or a PNG, so there's lots of options. So I'm just going to go ahead and choose PDF because I know that that is what I want. Okay, so I'm going to download it as a PDF. Ta-da! There it is. It always shows up in my preview. And so then I want to go back to my Discovery Education, and I want to upload a file because I know PDFs are allowed. Well, one, you can just drag it off of your homepage screen, so that's an option, or you can come say to add files and downloads. Now, I know this is going to be an untitled PDF because I didn't ever title my document. Bad choice, so I just have to find it with the title of untitled. And so I think that the one that I want is this one because it looks complete. And so it's going to add, and I can just say start upload. It will upload, and when I'm done, you will see that it will be posted to your page. Now, there are other options. Now, the reason there are other options is because I don't know about you, but I don't like this. I have to now download my image. It's not right there on my board. So let me show you the other option. If I had come to my untitled drawing, and I could even give it a title at this point, and I had said download as a JPEG or an image, now I have that drawing also saved as an image, okay? And I can go back to Discovery Ed, and I can come to this one where I'm adding a photo, video, or audio. So if I come here and I want to upload a photo of that image that I just downloaded, now it's going to be untitled, but this time it's going to be saved as a JPEG. So I'll come to, saved as, a JPEG. So I'm going to choose my JPEG, start my upload, When it's done, what's great about uploading it as an image rather than as a file is now I can see it. So when you create things on Google Drawing, I always recommend downloading them as an image or a JPEG because it makes it easier for you to see it on Discovery Ed. Okay, so if we go back to our checklist, we can see that we're about done. You should be able to insert images and captions. You should be able to insert videos from Discovery Ed or YouTube. If you insert them from YouTube, though, just know that they won't show the video on the screen, and that's okay. You should be able to add a file from your computer. You should be able to add a file from the internet, which I'll show you how to do that really quick as well. And then manipulate the board to make it look neat, complete, and cause the information to flow well. So the biggest thing when you're manipulating your board, if you don't need something, click on it and delete it. You don't need it there. If you don't like where it's at, move it to a new location. You want your board to flow well. If your text goes with your picture, make sure that we can tell they go together, okay? And so those are all things that you can do. We also know if you want to add items, because you might need to, you can add headlines, text box, media, or different attachments. And so you can just put those items in to add them. If you want to manipulate your foreground, you can change what it looks like. If you want to manipulate your background, you can, again, change what it looks like. So those are all simple methods for changing the look of your board. Now, if you needed to add something from the internet, BoardBuilder is not the most user-friendly in this way. It is an option, however. So if you found a video on YouTube that you liked, unfortunately, you can just come here and take the URL link and Command-C or right-click copy the URL link of that video, and then you can go back into your text box and you can just simply paste that URL, and that'll have to take people away from your box, but you know what? It's okay. And so you can say insert link, and you put that in there in that way, and that will allow that to work as well. And so there is your option. And so you can say different words of watch this to learn more about niches, so that people know why they're going to that link, and it will just really help along with those lines. So that is an option if you're adding something from the internet. You can also always take screenshots of images from your internet and save those, and you can upload those as files so if you don't want to do a video. So that is another option. So I think those are the things that I needed to show you for your board builder. Please be creative. I look forward to seeing all about all your relationships. Obviously, I would not turn this in for my final draft. You are going to be working on this starting on Tuesday, working on it this upcoming Wednesday, and finishing it next Wednesday. So you have lots of time. Make sure you use good resources and make your board look fantastic. If you have questions, let me know before next Wednesday. Has a message for you all.
Good luck.